Welcome to the Minnesota Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as your facilitator for our college fair this evening. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are muted, so we are unable to hear or see you. Also, want to share that this is just one of many different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this session will be recorded, so within about a week or so, you'll have access to this recording in case you miss any information. With that said, I want to turn it over to our first presenter, Susan from Adelphi.
Hi there. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to be with you tonight. I am just going to share my screen with you. Okay, just a little bit of a mini presentation. Everyone should be able to see feet walking. That says your journey starts here. Adelphi University is a medium-sized liberal arts college. We are university rather, and we are located in Garden City, New York. That is on Long Island, and we are close to New York City. We have a train line that runs directly in front of us that will take you to New York City for your internships, your possible jobs, definitely for some fun and lots of culture and lots of wonderful things that you'll be able to do by jumping on that train. You literally can walk to the train station in 8 minutes, or one of our shuttle buses that are free will take you to one of 3 stations to get you there. Also, many of our professors utilize New York City as well for part of their class. So we are a personalized touch university. Everything we do is all about you, and it is very personalized from the minute we meet you in admissions all the way through till you graduate, and then we look for you as alumni to come back and share all of your experiences with our students and maybe even hire a few. So we have an average class size of 21. Now, because of the COVID universe, we've been operating about 15 to 18 students in our hybrid model. We have 2/3 of our students that participate in D2 sports. We are a D2 sports team. We do not have football, I'm sorry to say. We have a D1 bowling team. That's pretty cool. We are a university that absolutely is represented by wonderful diversity in both our faculty and staff and our students. We have won for 2 years in a row a gold medal HEED award for diversity on our campus. We have 64 countries and 43 states represented. We have some things that are special programs on our campus. So we have some signature programs like Honors College, just what you think it is. Special criteria to get into Honors College includes an interview process with our dean, who handpicks each student, about 85 to 100 of them, for their Honors College. Livermore Global Scholar Program definitely utilizes New York City. We have a relationship with the United Nations, and our students sit in on on General Assembly meetings, and also have spoken at General Assembly meetings. We have lots of 4+1 programs. This is an accelerated opportunity for you to get something like an MBA. We also have masters in psychology, computer science, math, business, all kinds of programs that you can stay 5 years and leave with your master's along with your bachelor's degree, thus accelerating it 1 year. We also have some joint degree programs. These are very cool relationships that we have with top-notch colleges like Columbia University of Engineering, NYU School of Dentistry, Drexel Law School, and so on and so on. You can check our website for all of these because each one has their own criteria. Again, some are very accelerated in that if you want to be a doctor or a dentist, a podiatrist, an optometrist, or a lawyer, these are accelerated programs. So these would be 3+4. If for the law, it would be 3+3. So basically you're at Adelphi for 3 years, and then you're going to start that next experience a year early. Extremely competitive programs. There are a limited number of spots. You do apply to us and that program through us simultaneously when you make your application as a freshman. We have a whole joint degree department and lots of information on our website. We do also have some other joint degree programs that you actually don't apply to until you are a junior at Adelphi. These are things like veterinary school, physical therapy, pharmacy. So they're not accelerated, but they do, also that Columbia engineering one, they do get you into these programs where your seat is waiting for you. Because we are a liberal arts university, you will see the colleges and schools that are under our belt. Arts and sciences, where many of our 65 plus majors live. College of Education and Health Sciences for our teachers and our health science majors. Nursing, which we are extremely well known for. We are a direct entry program. That means if you get into Adelphi as a freshman, then you're going to be a nurse because you're getting directly into the nursing program, and there is no special criteria to get into the program. So that is our College of Nursing, direct entry. There is a difference between direct entry and not direct entry. Our School of Psychology and our School of Social Works go all the way up to PhDs and have accelerated programs for those of you who want 5-year programs with masters. And then we have our AACSB School of Business, very strong school of business. 95% of our students are employed within 6 months of graduation. Our average starting salary for last year's class, $75,000. And you can see that our Bloomberg terminals in our trading room, and 85 or 88% rather of our students have 1 or more paid internships before they graduate. We do have support programs. Bridges serves students on the autism spectrum, and our learning resource programs is for students ADD, ADHD diagnoses. It's our brand new university center. I got to go in there today for lunch and have some grilled salmon, so I'm really excited. And we are on the Common App, and we only have early action. Thank you.
Thank you, Adelphi University. Up next, we have Augsburg University.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Nicole Borwidge, and I am one of the first-year admissions counselors at Augsburg University. And I'm going to go ahead and share a brief presentation with you all just to let you know a little bit more about Augsburg for those of you who might not be familiar. So a little bit about Augsburg. We are an urban 4-year private school. We reside right on the east side of Minneapolis. We have a liberal arts focus, which means that every student takes 2 classes in each of the 4 main liberal arts areas, those being the fine arts, the humanities, the natural sciences, and the social sciences. We have a little over 2,000 total undergraduate students, so we are on the smaller side for a university, especially given our location right in Minneapolis. But even though we are small, we are actually Minnesota's most diverse private school in the state, so we're very proud of that. We're currently sitting at a little over 50% students of color, and we were founded as a Lutheran school about 150 years ago, but at this point, only about 15% of our students identify with that religion. So that is, religion is as much or as little of your religious experience as you would want it to be. We are consistently voted a very LGBTQIA friendly school as well. We have over 50 different majors in 35 different department areas. Our average class size is about 18 students, so probably a little smaller than you were kind of used to back in your high school classroom settings. And our student to faculty ratio is 13:1. One unique thing about Augsburg is that we are a member of something called the Associated Colleges of the Twin Cities. Now, this is a consortium agreement between 5 universities in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. So it's Augsburg, Hamlin, St. Thomas, St. Kate's, and McAllister. Now, what this ACTC allows you to do is, as an Augsburg student, you can take up to 1 class a semester at any of those other member institutions. So if there's a particular class or maybe a language or something that we don't have at Augsburg, but you really want to take, you can, like I said, take up to 1 class a semester at any of those other institutions. One other unique thing about Augsburg is that we do not require our first-year students to live on campus. Now, with that being said, about close to 80% of our first years do still choose to live on campus. We are connected via skyways and tunnels to the majority of campus, so that's really nice in the wintertime. We have 4 different residential halls. We have our typical freshman dorm room, but then we have more suite style or upper style classroom housing on campus as well. Now, a little bit about Augsburg Athletics and Fine Arts. We are a Division III athletic institution. We are part of the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, and we have 10 men's teams and 12 women's varsity teams. We also have a handful of intramurals and club sports. So if there's something you want to play, but maybe not at that collegiate level, you can certainly participate in that as well. We do also have scholarships you can earn for any of the music areas, theater, studio art, film, or speech. I'll just briefly kind of go over a little bit about the application. Our application is completely free at Augsburg. We are also a member of the Common App, so you can apply either directly through our website or the Common App as well. Now, as part of the application, what we ask for are 3 short answer essay questions. Those are built into the application. And then we do ask for a copy of your high school transcript. Now, optional to you is going to be a letter of recommendation from a teacher or a counselor. But the big thing for us is that we are a standardized test-free school. So that means you do not need to submit an ACT score or an SAT score to gain admittance to the university. So for those students who maybe struggle in that standardized testing environment, or maybe in this past year haven't gotten a chance to take it, we do not require an ACT score for admittance. If you do get a chance to take it and you score well, by all means, definitely you can still submit it just to kind of help bolster your application. A little bit about financial aid. Our tuition is sitting at about $40,000, and our housing and meal plan is about another 10. There's a good breakdown here on the screen. Now, every first year student that's admitted receives some type of merit-based scholarship. So one easy one that's available to all students is if you submit your application before December 1st of your senior year, we'll give you an $2,000 automatic scholarship for that. And then these scholarships down here at the bottom, based off of your high school GPA, will award you a dollar amount somewhere between $18,000 and $26,000 a year. So I know that being a private school, we kind of have that big sticker shock of a price, but just know that we offer plenty of scholarship monies to kind of help alleviate that as well. We do have some merit-based scholarships, so like fine arts, like I mentioned. We are also a part of Act 6, which is a local leadership scholarship that you can apply for. And then, of course, there's any need-based aid as well. So just to kind of wrap up, if anybody wants to hopefully get on campus and do tours, we are open to doing small tours at this time. We do also have an online virtual tour that you can do at any point in time. And you can also request to sit down with an admissions counselor like myself. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Augsburg University. Up next, we have Hibbing Community College.
Hello, my name is Sarah Merhar, and I am with Hibbing Community College. I am just going to take a moment here and share my screen. I apologize. I do not have a camera because I can't do both. And so, can you see my screen there?
We can.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. So we are Hibbing Community College, located in northern Minnesota. As you can see, the little star up in the northeastern area of Minnesota there. And things that you can do in northern Minnesota, you can visit the beaches. We have the most beautiful summers. We have the most pretty falls and awesome winters as well. So lots of activities like snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, kayaking, fishing, mountain biking, four-wheeling, hunting, things like that. I apologize here. We are the Cardinals, definitely known as the Cardinals. And what we offer is we are a community and technical college. So we offer the first 2 years of your 4-year degree, and we also offer a lot of career and technical programs leading to immediate employment. I'm just going to go into that a little bit here. So our career programs and our liberal arts are your first 2 years of a bachelor's degree, so you can transfer on to that college or university. We are a smaller campus. We have about 1,000 students, and we have a really relaxed environment here on campus. And we offer small class sizes. So our class sizes are about 18 to 1, so 18 students per instructor. And here you can see our AA or our transfer degrees. So you can come and get what we like to call your generals done, and like I said, transfer on to the college or university. We also have transfer pathways available where students can pick their area of study and get a lot of those classes out of the way that they may need before transferring on to the university. For example, your art, biology, business, chemistry, psychology, if you're looking to be a doctor, a teacher, a dentist, there's lots of options for you to get your education and start here. Going on, just a little quick view of some of our students in our classroom. We're a very diverse campus. We're very hands-on, even in our general classes. We have small labs. Our students have the opportunity to go on field trips, work one-on-one, like I said, with instructors in lots and lots of their classes. So they get a really good education and have the ability to ask questions of their instructors. And transfer on from here, like I said, to the larger universities. And we'll get into some more benefits of doing that, like costs here shortly. I also want to highlight our career programs, which are 1 to 2 year programs that students can take and get right into the workforce. They're very hands-on. This one here is our IT networking and security program, which goes into diagnosing problems and things in computers, understanding the different securities and networks of like banks and educational facilities, grocery stores. So students get jobs all over the place because computers are everywhere and they're never going away. We also have the benefit of having a culinary arts program, which is a 2 year program, but also you can add on the pastry artist certificate for just a semester long. Students work very hands-on in the kitchen. Their first year, they learn how to feed hundreds of people, and they start making recipes from scratch, decorating cakes, making sugar sculptures, different things of that sort. Very popular program, and they also are the whole food service for the campus, so our students get great food all the time. We also have a law enforcement program, which is a 2 year program, but also able to be transferable to go into a bachelor's degree if you so choose. And lots of students enjoy the program, very military run, but like I said, transferable. We also have maintenance repair programs like auto mechanics, diesel mechanics, heating and cooling technician, along with our electrical maintenance program. There are programs, for example, like the heating cooling technician, which is a 1 year program. So very quickly in and very quickly out and working and making really good wages on the job, usually with benefits and everything. We also have some medical areas, dental assistant, which again is a 1 year program, medical coding and scribing, medical laboratory technician program, as well as an RN nursing program, which also has the ability to transfer on for a bachelor's degree and even go even higher for master's and whatever you're looking to do. So just a quick glance here. If you start at a community college, you're looking at about $5,500 per year for your tuition costs, as compared to a university at a cost of about $15,000 per year. So very, very affordable. We also offer athletics. As you can see, men's and women's basketball. We have softball, trap league, volleyball, basketball as well, and a couple shots here of our students being active in the sports that we play. And we also have fully furnished college apartments, allows the students to keep their costs down because they can, make their own meals, very close to campus. They can walk to campus. You do not have to live on campus your first year. So definitely keep that in mind. And just keep in mind, we also have scholarships available, tuition. For tuition, we are a D3 school. I also want to mention that. And we also have academic advisors, counselors, computer labs, libraries, different things like that to assist our students in their college support. So that is what we have. I encourage you to go out to our website if you have any questions or would like to schedule a visit. We are here to help you. We are very personable. We will get you what you need and get you well on your way. So thank you for joining in. That's what we have for you.
Thank you, Hibbing Community College. I do want to encourage all of our attendees to drop any questions that you may have of our presenters in the Q&A section. With that said, I'm going to bring up our next presenter, which is McGill University.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, and good evening, everybody. We are moving from Cardinal mascot over to McGill, and we have one of our mascots as the Redbird. So nice to keep that continuation. So my name is Jennifer, and I work at McGill University in Montreal, Canada. So we're going to leave the country for a little bit to share a bit about our university. So first and foremost, to start off with, just a very quick overview. We are one of the oldest institutions in Canada, about to celebrate our 200th birthday. And quite unique is that we are located in the province of Quebec, which is known as a French province, but McGill itself is an English institution. So if you have an interest in learning French or being immersed in the French language and culture, this could definitely be a good choice for you as you come study at our institution. Now, in terms of sort of three reasons maybe why students are thinking about our own institution, one is we are a recognized institution worldwide, typically ranking in the top 50 institutions around the world for different programs and academics. So you will see your degree is portable from McGill should you come back to the US and want to continue on with medicine or law or to look for employment as well. And you will see our main focus at our institution is that we are very much an academic institution. We do have some of the highest entry requirements of a Canadian school, but it does mean that when students come and collaborate on our campus, it's exceptional, the type of research they're doing, as well as the really interesting case competitions that they can get involved in and design teams. And truly all of our undergraduate programs will prepare you for future studies as well, including master's, PhD, and all those amazing professional programs that you can consider. Another interesting quality I think about McGill is that we very much are an international school as well. So roughly a third of our students are coming from 150 countries outside of Canada. So that includes the US. And roughly speaking, about 7% of our students come from the US. But you really do get to meet people from all over the world. The engagement piece in the classroom is really strong. And you'll also see that the international perspective is really brought into the classroom. So whether you're looking at studying language, there's about 29 different languages you can pursue. If you're thinking international business, sustainability and understanding global food security, these are the types of programs we're looking at that global level. And very importantly is the location, especially when you're looking for that college or university, you want to be happy in the location that you're studying. So definitely Montreal ranks as probably the top 3 reason why students are choosing our institution. And so our main campus is right downtown Montreal. And really you are going to be in the heart of a very vibrant city. Again, it has that French influence. So kind of getting that European culture while you're still in North America. We are known as a food city, roughly about 4,800 restaurants, so more per capita than say New York. We have of course 4 seasons, but being from Minnesota, you are very familiar with winter and snow, so that will not be a big change for you. But you will see that of course the art scene, sports, theater, festivals is extremely prominent in our city, and students enjoy that very much. We also have 4 major universities right downtown Montreal. So in terms of student population, we're at about 250,000 students really enjoying this affordable, safe city. So very dynamic for you as an experience. And then in terms of programs, similar to other presenters, when you're applying to our institution, you actually have a lot of different options that you can consider. There are about 300 programs of study that students will pursue at the undergraduate level. In terms of terminology in Canada, what you want to look for are what are called faculties or schools. So when you apply to the Faculty of Arts, it's similar to a liberal arts college, where you can double major in things like international development studies and anthropology. So if you want to keep it very broad, that's an option. We also have professional programs that you can go directly into, such as nursing, engineering. If you want to go into business program, you can apply to our Faculty of Management and obtain a Bachelor of Commerce right from the get-go. About half of our students are doing sciences. We did start off as a medical school, so you will see a lot of interest in physiology, psychology, biochemistry, anatomy, but as well physics, chemistry, computer science. Montreal has become really a hotbed for artificial intelligence research. So really there's a huge array of programs that you can choose from when you're thinking about McGill. And we also have a second campus that is just outside the downtown core. So if you are thinking of something more related to the environmental sciences, sustainability, looking at pre-vet medicine perhaps, a lot of interesting programs located on that campus. And it's only home to 2,000 students, so much smaller than our downtown campus, and really hands-on kind of nature-based experience. Just some quick tips. We have our own online application, so we're not part of Common Application. So you just go directly to McGill's website. And essentially when you're applying, it's only regular decision deadlines. So in your senior year by January is when our application will close. And we are primarily looking at your academics. So it's your transcripts and your performance at high school. We do not require reference letters, essays, and recommendation letters. We are also test optional for fall 2022, and we do have scholarships and financial aid available to students. And last but not least, if you want to join us, unfortunately right now our border is closed, but we are offering virtual tours and we do hope to open up in September of 2021. So plenty of opportunities to get more connected, and we will present a lot more details for you in upcoming webinars. So just check us out at undergraduate admissions at our McGill website. Thank you very much and have a great evening.
Thank you, McGill University. Up next, we have Northern State University.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Like she said, my name's Tyler. I'm with Northern State University. We were a 4-year public school in Aberdeen, South Dakota. So we're about 5 hours away from the cities west. Yeah, we'll get into the travel piece here. So first thing I wanted to go with is like any seniors out there who are looking to apply, apply at northern.edu. What we're going to need is your transcript and your test scores, either ACT or SAT. We accept both. We're just looking for a 2.6 GPA or an 18 on your ACT. So if you meet one of those requirements, you will be accepted into Northern. Make sure to complete the FAFSA. That opens up in October every year. So, and then housing application will get you registered for classes and everything like that. So on to the next one. So Northern State has about 3,000 students. It's a little bit smaller. Aberdeen, South Dakota has about 28,000 people. So it's a little bit smaller campus. It's a smaller community. What I really liked about that, we have about 17 students per class on average. So my favorite part about that is that the professors are always there to just help. They have office hours, stick after class, everything like that. So they're always more than willing to help their students. On the bottom there, it features a few of the things that we've started to put up on campus. We spent $120 million on like renovations and new buildings over the past couple of years. So we have the Dakota Bank Stadium. That's our new football stadium that we're super excited about opening this fall, as well as the Kohler Hall of Fame softball field, which is just right south of that. Athletic and recreation fields. So basically when our football team and our soccer teams aren't practicing on there, students can feel free to go and hang out there. We have 3 brand new residence halls, 2 of which are suite style. And then the Great Plains East that's pictured in this picture here is more of a pod style, which means, yeah, basically you'll have your own room with about 2 or 4 roommates in there, but there'll be a couple other rooms in the same area, same living room, same bathroom. So so on to a few financial aid topics. About 80% of our students receive some type of financial aid while they're on campus. We have the Wolfpack Scholarship, which is the largest guaranteed scholarship in our region. We're super excited about it. You just need at least a 20 on your ACT and then at least a 3.25 GPA in order to qualify for that. We have, it ranges anywhere from, it'd be $4,000 to $12,000 total. Tuition for Minnesota residents is very inexpensive. Yeah, we have reciprocity with Minnesota, so it comes out about $18,000 a year, 18.5. Yeah, and with scholarships and everything like that, it ends up being fairly inexpensive. So, so yeah, just quickly talk about a few of the programs that we have. Another one of the buildings that we just opened up was our Regional Science Center. It's not featured in this, but it's a big, huge, gorgeous building. That's where all of our biology students and our chemistry students will take their classes, and there's plenty of areas for studying in there and everything. Biology and chemistry have started to skyrocket at Northern. We have a lot of students who are taking that now. Elementary education has been a program that we've always been proud of. We started off as a teacher's college, so you know, anyone who's looking at elementary education, we have a ton of elementary schools around the area. You'll get into the classroom all 4 years that you're there in some regard. You'll get a free iPad, which is really cool. And if you graduate from the program, you get to keep that, which is awesome. And then, yeah, so like fine arts is really big for us. We have a great band. Our School of Business is great. I actually graduated with my marketing degree. So anyone who's like interested in the School of Business, please reach out. I love talking about it. And yeah, so you can kind of see a bunch of other programs there. We have plenty more. We have about 60 majors on campus. So there's a lot to choose from. And then below here, this just kind of mentions a few of the businesses that we work with in the area to get students internships. You can see, like, obviously the Aberdeen School District for our students. Sanford Health and Avera are the two hospitals that are in town. So anyone who's looking at doing like nursing, we have an accelerated nursing program that you can get into Avera or Sanford and be able to work closely with them. A lot of our business students end up getting, internships and jobs at Dakota Bank. Eide Bailey is for anyone who's interested in like doing accounting. They have an amazing internship opportunity that a lot of like the top accounting students at Northern end up getting. So it's great. One last slide here real quick. So that's where Aberdeen's at, right in the northeast corner of South Dakota. Like I said, about 5 hours from here. Anyone who's interested in hunting, fishing, obviously you have plenty of fishing in Minnesota, but we have great hunting, pheasant and deer. Anyone who's interested in that, but awesome. That was my time. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Northern State University. Up next, we have the University of California, Irvine.
Thanks and welcome everyone. My name is Andrea. I am an admissions counselor for out-of-state students at UC Irvine. We are a top 10 public university in the according to US News and World Report. We are in sunny California, so a little different than my peers here. I actually right now though am in Pennsylvania and I grew up in Michigan, so I'm much more used to the Midwestern lifestyle than the California one, but I am so proud to represent UCI and everything it represents. So at UCI, let me get my screen, there we go. At UCI, we're part of the University of California system. So the UC system includes colleges like UCLA, UC Berkeley. We share a lot of things with our peer campuses. We share our application, our requirements. We also share our library system and our study abroad. And we're all really great institutions. You can find a nice fit at any of these. You're going to find great academics. But I think what really differentiates each of us is our location. So a little bit more about Irvine's location. We're halfway between LA and San Diego, 10 minutes from Newport Beach. So it's really beautiful, 75 and sunny, pretty much year round. And it's a very safe city too. Irvine's a large city, but it is also ranked as a safe city. Our campus was built in a very strategic way. So it was built in a 1 mile perfect circle to really kind of reinforce the idea that everything in our world is connected. The campus is relatively young. We're only about 55 years old. So when they built the campus, we already had this modern understanding of our world. And so they built the campus to really reflect that. What you'll find around the circle are 14 different schools at UCI. You'll see kind of a list of those on the next slide, but on 2 slides. But around the circle here, it's all 14 schools. As a student, you would actually take some classes from throughout the campus. Even though about a third of your degree would be in your major and in your program, we do also encourage you to take a double major or major and minor. Many of our students do that and still graduate in a very timely 4 years or 4 years and 1 summer. The reason that our campus is shaped like this as well is really to make it easy for our professors to get around, because you'll find that so many of our professors, they don't just kind of focus on their one narrow subject. They love to bring in different subjects together. So right now we have over 100 different research centers on our campus, and you'll find really neat research, things like the overlap of climate change and social justice issues, or the overlap of biology and sustainability. We have students that are studying native bee populations. We have students that are looking at maybe film studies and the biology and seeing where, how can we make better films that are more realistic. What we're probably best known for, though, is things in the biological sciences and things in our computer science and engineering. We're a pretty big school, as you can see the numbers there in terms of our numbers, but it doesn't take too long to get across campus. So it takes about 20 minutes to walk from one side of that circle all the way to the other. That circle is called Ring Road, and it's really kind of the hub that goes around campus. The heart of our campus, though, is that park right in the middle. That park is green and beautiful. It has over 11,000 trees, so lots of ways to enjoy that great weather that we have. We have students who study in the park. We have concerts in the park. During non-COVID years, we have our 600 different clubs on campus that will table in the park. We have career fairs in the park as well. Our freshman students are not required to live on campus, but about 80% of them do. So of those students, about half live in Middle Earth student housing, which is on the left-hand side of your screen. Those dark brown buildings with the 2 towers, those are named after Lord of the Rings characters. That's a fun little nod to the fandom. And then the other one is Mesa Court, which is down at the bottom where your 2 blue circle arrows are. So it's a really nice sized campus to get around, large enough to get things done, large enough to have a lot of services, but small enough to get around. And what I think you'll find is it's a really friendly campus too. So next, we're going to just talk about majors for a moment. Our majors, as I mentioned, things we're best known for, you'll see in that first column, things in biology, medicine, anything you see on the screen here, you can make into pre-med. We have our own hospital, we have our own medical school, but these are typically where you'll find our pre-med students. But many of our students also go into research or into public health, into nursing, into genetics or cognitive science. So you'll see students taking these in all different directions, not just into healthcare. The other area, engineering and computer science. All of our engineering and computer science majors actually will require you to do some sort of senior project. These have you doing stuff with the community and with the industry. So as a part of your senior project, you'll get hired, you don't get paid, but you get college credit to solve some sort of problem. That might be by Google, that might be by a school district, that might be by anybody in our backyard who is really looking for our students to incorporate and to work with us. Here's a picture of the Irvine area. As you can see, it's very suburban, urban. It's beautiful as well, close to the beach. And we're the anteaters, which is just really fun. I'm going to close with our admissions information. You need at least a 3.4. We are not expecting any SAT or ACT scores. And then if you want to take a little picture of this, I'll also drop it in the chat. You can connect with me to find out more info. All right, have a great one. Thanks all.
Thank you so much. So that concludes the presentation portion of our college fair this evening. Now we're going to transition to our Q&A portion. With that said, I would encourage all of our panelists to return. Please feel free to turn your cameras back on, and I'm going to pose a question to each of you all. You will respond in the order in which you presented today. So the question here, give an interesting or fun fact about your school. So let's start.
Okay, so an interesting or fun fact about our school. Oh boy, okay, so a fun fact is that we were actually, or an interesting fact rather, is that we were actually founded as a nursing school to train nurses for World War II, and Eleanor Roosevelt actually broke the ground for this school to be made all those years ago. And once a year, we do bring out from the archives for National Nursing Week all of these amazingly cool old time 1940s and even before that nursing uniforms and all kinds of things from the archives, which are really interesting to see. And you could find people hovering around those glass cases to actually see that.
I would say for Augsburg, one thing kind of fun about us is our campus is actually right adjacent to Minneapolis' oldest park, which I think is kind of cool. So there's a city park right in the middle of campus.
We'll have Hibbing next. Okay, let's move to McGill.
Well, I guess an interesting fact is the photo that I have my virtual background for is the fact that we are actually located on the mountain in Montreal. So it's called Mount Royal. So we're on the southern slope of that. And McGill's campus was ranked one of the most beautiful campuses in the world, according to a travel and leisure poll that was done a couple of years ago.
My favorite fun fact right now is that so Northern is a Division II athletics, and our men's basketball team has been the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference champions for the last 4 years. So I like to brag about that around here.
Fun fact about UCI is we currently hold 3 Guinness World Records. So our students try to set a new Guinness World Record each year. This year we didn't because of COVID, but we have like the world's largest squirt gun fight, world's largest dodgeball game, some really fun ones that we try to set each year.
Can I possibly jump in from Hibbing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, my mute button was messed up, but we're from Hibbing Community College again, and the town of Hibbing is actually a mining town, and we were one of the first community colleges actually that came about in the U.S. And we started in 1916, and we started in our very popular Hibbing High School, and it's very cool if you want to look it up.
Wonderful. Thank you all for sharing. And also I want to thank all of our amazing attendees. With that said, that is going to conclude our college fair for this evening. But before we close, I do have a few closing announcements. After our session today, a survey will appear. Please respond to that survey. It's about 4 questions or so. With your feedback, it helps us improve future college fairs. Also, I want to encourage you all to sign up for additional college fairs. And then finally, this recording will be available in about a week or so. So feel free to visit tribescan.com/Minnesota. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us and I hope everyone has a great night. Goodbye.